collectors. Today, we're going to take a look at Rowdy Toys, not the Mauler. Yes, it is the Mauler tank, super tank. I don't know what they call it. The light tank. Anyways, whatever they call it, you guys know what it is. Big, huge shout out to Rowdy Toys for doing this, for even attempting to do this monstrosity. And, I think they did a damn good job. So let's get into this a little, guy. But mostly, I wanted to make this video to kind of compare and contrast with some of the offerings that we've had thus far of larger vehicles. Maybe some of you guys, I know right now, they're still shipping out tons of Maulers, and I think they're very close to being, not very close. I think they put up a recent update. Kudos to them for keeping their customers informed. They're working full blast over there. They're shipping these out as fast as they can. I've just completely blown away by their efforts here. It's just fantastic. So let's get into it a little bit. Let's talk about this thing. Like I said, I love the way it looks. I never had the Mauler as a kid, but look at this thing. The scale of it is, and I'll go 1-to-1 when we do the comparison shots with some Gridiron figures. Yes, this goes all the way around. Very nice. And it does come out as well, and we'll get into some of that in a minute. And this goes all the way up like that too. So it's capable of throwing down some, firepower. So I am probably going to paint it up a little bit and, put some wear and tear on it a little bit and get those decals. If you go to Rowdy Toys site, they recommend this place to go get those decals from. I don't know if they have them in stock or not. I'm sure I could do something with it and get some decals on it. It'll be fine. So we'll also get to the one thing that broke. There was something that broke on it. It arrived. It wasn't, I don't blame Rowdy Toys for it, but me being a customizer, it was actually a blessing in disguise. But something did break in shipment, and we'll get to that later. So number one, you could go to his site and you could see that it comes with these little guys. This is the really nice touch right here. These are magnets, and it's magnetized in here. And I've got some tow cables in there and a shovel that come with the figure or come with the vehicle. And these just simply fit back on here like that. So that's very nice. Let's look at the back over here. These come off as well, but I'm going to paint, some paint in there would look amazing. Again, magnetized, which is very nice. And again, if you go to their site, they'll kind of tell you they've got some paint over here too. Or I don't know if this is paint or no, this might be actual printed material, but this one comes off as well. This side comes off as well. Look at this. You got a sledgehammer in there and some wrench in there as well for the treads. You got a hitch cable right here. Very nice. What else? I already showed you this articulates. This articulates as well. These move the tank treads. So that was very nice, independently even. I've got some mud flaps down here at the bottom. Tow hitch down here. This articulates as well. And let me show you this. See if I can open these. It's got some foot pegs too for your guys. You got Beachhead in there driving. Easily fit Beachhead in there. It just slid in there like butter. I think this comes off too, I believe, doesn't it? Maybe I'm crazy. No, I don't think this comes off. No, just the doors open like that. But this part, let me show you this other part right here. Let's see if I can get this closer. Kind of show you here. This piece right here comes off. And you have got some, whoa, almost dropped all of y'all. Let me get this back a little bit. And this piece here has some tremendous, these little antennas are removable as well, but it has some tremendous artwork in there, or not artwork, but little pieces in there. And you can, if you buy the decals, I'm still thinking of painting some of this up as well. So you've got a screen over here. You've got a lot of little, here, let me see if I can bring this up here, detail in there. That's very nice. You got his seat in there where he can stand. It's just very nice, very well detailed. You could add a lot of detail as well. And it's magnetized as well. The other thing that I was going to show you is these are magnetized. All these grenades are magnetized. You hear that? Click. What else? Oh, let me show you this last part. Let me put him back on here so he can go back to commanding. All right. Let me show you all this part. It does come with this little guy right here. So you can add this up to, and this articulates here. So you've got a recoil right there when it fires. So that you can add that to the front for some effect. And it was very easy. All this stuff is just like butter. And then you can put this on here for an effect as well on the weapon. And then also it's got magnetized on both ends. So you can actually pop one of these little guys out. And all this, I mean, he walks you through on their website through a lot of this stuff already. And this is magnetized on the back. So look at that. Just fits just like that. It's firing off a grenade. Now, let's get to the blessing in disguise, kind of. So let me show y'all real quick. Put all this stuff back up. So when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. It looks a little bit not good. Initially, I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to fix that. But then I thought about it deeper and more judiciously, purposeful. So what I saw was, let me show you. This piece right here had sheared off in here. So in transit, somehow it got sheared off. This is a different piece that I used some very, very strong super glue. It's like commercial strength or whatever. It's a 2-part type of super glue this ain't never gonna break. It's on here permanently, right? So it's on there. It's not ever gonna break. But it sheared off, and then I was like, oh man, but then that reminded me of something. I immediately fixed this. I had another little piece of tubing. It was a kitchen utensil. And I just destroyed it to get this. And I mean, it fits back on there fine. You know what? It just turns, does what it needs to do. Now, I wouldn't recommend this, and I bet Rowdy Toys wouldn't recommend it either. And I don't know what the relationship is between these two companies. Do you guys know what I'm getting at right now? Do you know what I'm getting at? And the modularity that I absolutely adore. And that is my good friends over at Gridiron have a peg system that you can use. So now instead of having this guy, right, you can have a mini cannon on here, right? A mini gun on there. Well, but wait, what if you just don't want a minigun? What if you want this one up here instead, right? Maybe you want this configuration up here, right? And you can just start changing stuff, all kinds of nilly-willy. Just want this one up here instead. All right, well, let's put this one up here. Maybe he wants to shoot like that. I don't know. You can just keep because Gridiron makes so many different ways to put this stuff on here. I mean, you could do this till the cows come home. You know, they have so many options. So to me, now I did have to widen this port a bit for it to take on the Gridiron pattern, or the Gridiron, how can I say this, modularity, but it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal at all. But again, do this. Don't Don't go telling Rowdy Toys that this is what 209 Ed told you to do. You break it. That's on you. Now, I'm not going to call Rowdy Toys and tell them, hey, my stuff broke, because, I mean, if y'all get it like that, maybe y'all would. But for me, that was an easy fix. It wasn't even a big deal. And as you guys know, my love for mom and pop shops, American mom and pop shops, is tremendous. I love homegrown ideas. I love that we're doing stuff in the USA. I love that all of this is made here. And so I give them a much wider berth than say like Hasbro, who does their stuff overseas and is a $1 billion company and has, 40,000 employees plus working for it. They should know better. And that's just my thoughts on that. So this was now if it had been, something like this had been sheared off, of course I would have called them and said, hey, can you help me out here? I'm sure that would have been helpful and help me out if maybe the turret, this was cracked open, whatever. But since it was just this, easy fix, no problem, no skin. And like I said, it actually opened up a whole plethora. I'm not advocating it. That's just what I did. And it worked out fantastically well. All right, let's go and compare some of these vehicles against each other. We're going to do a few behemoths against behemoths and see where it goes. All right, I'm going to try and be as steady as I can with this, just to compare all three. Hasbro versus Rowdy Toys versus Gridiron M113. We do have a couple more that I'll compare it to in a minute, but those are a little bit smaller vehicles. Well, one is a smaller vehicle, one is a monstrosity. So let's see if we can get a look. Here's what they look like oncoming. There you go. Here is what they look like from the top. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. And let's get some hiss in there too. A little higher. So as you can see, definitely the Rowdy Toys Mauler is the longer of the two. And maybe, definitely bigger and longer than the Hiss. But, the M113 is definitely thicker. But the M113 is about the same height. A little bit taller, the M113. And about thickness is about the same. So there you go. All right, let me do one more comparison. Well, a couple more. Here we go. All right, so here we go. One more time. Look at these two behemoths going at it right there. And I want to be clear, the M113 was definitely taller because there's about an inch drop down in that other table. So yeah, it was taller, but not as long. So here we have the gigantic Phalanx versus the Mauler. Body-wise, I can already tell the Phalanx is much larger body-wise, but if you take into account the turret, bring it all the way down, the turret wins by about 1.5 inches, I'm going to say, if they're just, facing off. Let me see if I can give you a scale from above. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully I'm getting it there. I don't know. I can't see from that, but they're so big that I don't know. So I hope I got that for y'all. Anyways, and also, of course, you guys saw, this is how it compares to the gridironed out Stinger Stinger that's over here. So there you go. That's about it. That's what I wanted to compare. I wanted you guys to see that. I love it. Rowdy Toys did a great job with it. I'm going to have a ton of fun with it. I'm taking it to the next Metroplex show. Just so, we can get the word out that not only do big companies have incredible product, but also American-made mom and pop companies also have great product. Guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Special thanks to the members. Their input, generosity, and guidance allow this nerd to bring you guys better content. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching my shenanigans, I'll keep rolling them out.